Hey folks, just pulled this Schwalbe Nobby Nic that I used to use out of my storage area. And this Nobby Nic, you can see it's pretty dirty because as it sits in storage, there's like spiders and such. This is all old sealant inside. So I don't know if I'm like, what's the opposite of lazy? I think I might be too lazy to actually clean this up, but similar to the last video where I put pedals on and I greased them with an old paintbrush, I also use paintbrushes for things like this. It's like a little broom. You can get all of this like dirt and crap off of things with these old paintbrushes. Sometimes I just grab one of the cheap brushes to use that way. So I'm gonna try to go around this tire here, and maybe it'll help me to make sure that this is actually sealant inside of here and not like spider webs and cobwebs that formed while it was in storage. Okay, here I am again, being just like the most annoying YouTuber on the internet. In terms of working on my bike, by just working on it any place and turning it upside down. If you can't work on it like this, and you need to put your bike on a stand and all this stuff, then what are you going to do on the side of the trail when you get a flat? I can change a tire like this on the side of a trail. Okay, so first I'm gonna get this into the lowest gear, or the highest gear rather. Y'all missed, yesterday I decontaminated my brake pads, and I sanded them down, but that would have been a good video to make. I don't know, I don't film everything that I do. I don't really do much with this channel, as you probably noticed. All right, so I'm gonna take the axle out now. This is the most unprofessional YouTube channel on the internet, especially for mountain biking, so that's my claim to fame. If I could have one thing I can say I'm the mostest of, it's the most unprofessional. Probably like what I'm doing with my bike, no one would do. All right, so now the axle's out. So now what's the next thing? I'm gonna put, I let the sealant all run to the bottom, and I've got the valve core or valve stem on the side, kind of. That's what I usually do. And then I'll let the air out slowly. If I let it out too fast, a bunch of sealant goes up in the core and plugs it. Okay folks, so now the air's out of there, and we're ready for the part that's gonna be the most annoying part, which is breaking the bead. And then check this out. I'm such a lowlife. I just stole one of the like little medicine syringes from the medicine cabinet, and I'm gonna use this to like suck out the old sealant so I can reuse it. And I don't even have, I guess I have like 1 ounce of new sealant. So I'll throw the old sealant into this empty bottle and try to reuse it. Probably that's a dumb idea, but I just really want the Nobby Nic on. So I'm gonna press on here to break the bead. There's the bead's broken. Push it all around. And then I've been doing this thing because I messed up, which is, you're supposed to align the brand name to the, what do you call it, to the valve stem. And it's called, you know, like instead of like this, where it says Tacky Chan next to the valve stem, it's supposed to say Schwalbe or Maxxis or whatever, Kenda, WTB, Specialized, whatever tires you use, just in case you didn't know that. But I put the model name there instead, because I'm just a savage like that. Okay, I put tires on by hand, but I take them off using some Pedro's levers. I don't really care. So I'm gonna start by pushing this down into the channel here so that there's space, and then I'll pull from the other side. So, you know, because like I don't want to be reefing on this thing or anything. Just want to get it kind of pulled out. So I got to get the, gently pull it here, click that on. It's got a little, you never notice these? It's got a little place where you click it onto your spoke. Once we get 2 of these out, see, I gotta like press down here so we get some slack over here. Get some slack. If you do this the wrong way, you're gonna like score the tape inside, the tubeless tape inside your tire, and that's gonna like be worse off for you, because then your tubeless won't hold air. You know, I don't even know if I'm gonna use the second one here. I'm gonna see if I can just slide this along. This way, at least I'm sliding along the tire and not the tape on the rim. Come on, baby. Yeah, there we go. At a certain point, it just starts to come out. Getting some sealing on my hands. I was gonna wear gloves, but who cares? I'm just a reprobate like that. Where's all the sealant going? Okay, so here now I've got access to the sealant on this side. I'm gonna start sucking it out. Looks like there's a good amount of sealant still down in there. So I put this down in and pull the syringe a little bit. I can start to suck up some sealant. Put some back into here. Okay, so I sucked up all the sealant that was in here, maybe 2-3 ounces. I have 1 ounce of brand new. That'll be enough for my Nobby Nics. And now I'm gonna take this tire all the way off. This is the Tacky Chan. And my Nobby Nic has been in the sun. And so, theoretically, hopefully, that means it'll just go on nice and soft. It'll be easier than this. Just add a little bit of footling here. Maybe, maybe not. It's good when the tire is nice and tight fitting. You know why? Because then it's good. All right, there we go. Here's my rim. Ooh, is that a loose spoke? Yeah, it kind of is. Better get the wrench on that. We have any other ones? Two things about it. Oh, it's nice and warm from the sun, but 2 things about it. I want to line up the words Nobby Nic with the valve stem. Plus, I want to make sure that the little arrow that's on here that says rotation actually is rolling in the right place. So this one, I see rotation going this way. So I got to make sure that should be, the bike's up here upside down. So if it's going this way, that's the right way. It's like the rotation will be like the bike's rolling forward. This would be like backwards. This is forwards for the bike. It's going forward. So where'd that rotation arrow go? Make sure we still got it right. Rotation. I think yeah, okay, here it is. So rotation is going this way, and that means this way, and therefore the wheel needs to go in this way, because up here is the derailleur and here's the cassette. So it's got to go like this, but I got to line up the valve stem to the Nobby Nic because I'm doing my own weird thing that way. Hold on a sec, I'm gonna go get a little paper towel. I've got some sealant coming out. Here we go. And by the way, I'm gonna go for a ride this weekend. This side is on. Now for the other. Good thing I put this in the sun first. These Schwalbes have a reputation for being a tight fit, and I think that's true, but I also think that you just gotta get the bead into the center channel when you're doing this. Here it goes, boom! Let's see what happens. I don't even take the core out. There it goes. I'm telling you, that's all because of it was in the sun first. So there, I'm gonna just leave it now. So I'm gonna leave it, it's at like 35 PSI. It's got a max 50 PSI on here, so you could pump it all the way up on 50. I know it's fine though at 35. And then I'll come back here in a bit, pull the core out, and then push the sealant inside. But this is just to make sure the bead is set. Okay, so that's worked out okay. Now the trick is to put the valve core back in, pump it up a little bit, and spin it all around. So now we got to distribute the sealant around, which is kind of like pizza. I don't know what you do. There's different methods I've tried over the years, like this. The only trick is never touch your brake rotor. Otherwise you contaminate your brake pads, so don't do that. But if you can do something like this to get it all distributed around, great. Really riding it works really well. That's my favorite. Is just like riding your bike around. Actually riding all the different angles to get the sealant distributed. And yeah, sometimes I do this, not very often, but infrequently. I will do something like this, and then when I get back to the to ride it the next day, it's flat. And maybe you have to pump it up a couple times. That'll happen. No big deal. It's the Berm Count way of doing tubeless. But one thing that I don't have a problem with is I don't really have a problem with my tires holding air or not holding air. I don't have a problem with having to redo it. Like, I don't have to go submerging to find out where the leak is. Like, I've never had that, and I chalk that up to like buying quality tires. Schwalbes are awesome. I'm a Schwalbe fan. The only tires I have on my bikes right now are Schwalbe, and on my kids' bikes, WTB. Oh, I've got WTB on the gravel bike too. I know WTB tires for mountain don't have a very good reputation for like slashes. The casing, I guess, isn't as tough as like the snake skin that's on the Nobby Nics. But I don't know. I don't ride the WTB on mountain, I guess. Okay, now double check here that I did the right rotation. So finding my rotation arrow, here it is, and when it's in the bike it's going to be like this, and the rotation is going to be this way for rotating forward. Yep, that's right, that's where my arrow is pointing. So at least I have that. I have the Nobby Nic lined up with the, this is what I wanted with the valve stem. I can put my cap on. I'm just gonna bolt this all back together and call it good. I do need to go, I know I do need to go and buy more orange seal, and I'll put that like another ounce in there to top it off. But there we go. Put this back in the bike. Oh, you know what? Did I undo the derailleur clutch? Oh, that'll make things a lot easier. No wonder it was so hard to pull out of there. So there's that. Always undo your derailleur clutch. Put this in here. Come around. Hook that chain so that it's on here. Get the disc lined up. Come on, baby. Get on there. The heck? Oh. I guess that is right. Huh. Guess I'm being too specific. Okay. Axle's in. Just gotta tighten it. And then before I do anything else, I like to change the gears. Give it a roll. Maybe that'll get some sealant rolling around in there too. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm gonna be giving away this Tacky Chan, and someone's gonna be real happy about that, I'm sure. Most of all me, because this is the tire that I crashed on. And for the like 5 rides I had on it, I had one scary moment where I felt like the rear wheel was gonna wash out every single ride until that final ride when it did wash out. I don't really blame the tire, but that was a hell of an injury that I got. And so maybe I'm superstitious and maybe I'm being overly, you know, upset with this tire, but this tire is gone. Pretty much almost brand new Schwalbe Tacky Chan. I'm just gonna put it in the parking lot at Tiger or Raging with a free sign on it, and someone's gonna shit their pants and love it. So I hope that someone is you. All right, bye.